What's going on, guys? Today we got a different kind of video. Decided I would show all of my Nike sneakers and Yeezy W's, and I figured it'd be cool just to go over them and just say how I got my W's and what happened. So let's start with the Travis Scott 4s. Got them on Sneakers app. This release was before like Travis hype was like at the level it is now. Wasn't as high back then. So these were only selling for like $360 after the release, but they retail for $225, so you're still making good profit, but nothing compared to what you would make now. But yeah, fire pair. So I remember this release was super tough, lots of lagging. I just kept going. It kept doing error, just kept going and got lucky, took a W. One of the coolest shoes I've worn. Next up, we got the LeBron 16 HFR. Basically, this is the first colorway to release of the LeBron 16, and it was for the Harlem Fashion Row. Very limited, and somehow I took a W. This was a women's shoe, but yeah, they were going for a lot. Like, they still go for a good amount of money. I sold this pair for around $425, but I think they're going for a little more now. Sold it right after the drop. Next up, we got the Air Jordan 1 Pine Green. This is a fire pair. I wasn't actually planning on keeping, but for the most part, I go for size 13 just because I feel like I take W's only if I go for, besides if it's like a women's shoe or something. When I go for my size, I feel like I take more W's. So, went for these. Jordan 1 Pine Green, fresh colorway, and I decided to keep them. So they're in my collection now. Next up, we got the PG 2.5 PlayStation in the gray colorway. They released a couple of after the first one was the PG 2 PlayStation. They released a couple different other colorways. Not as good as the first one, obviously, but a lot better option than spending like $700. Cool shoe. The PlayStation logo is lit up, so that was a very cool feature on them. And yeah, wish I had kept them. Next up, we got the Nike SB Purple Lobster. This is a fire pair. SB hype wasn't the same when I won these. Like, not everyone was on them, so they didn't go for that much. Like, this is back when I didn't really know too much about holding shoes. Sold them for $250. Now they go for a crazy amount, but hey, you learn. And I still made $150, but wish I could have them. Wish I could get them back. Next up, we got the Jordan 13 Low Clot. This is in the Sapphire Stone colorway. And these are a very cool shoe in my opinion. It's like got like a desert feel. Very cool looking. I mean, not for everyone obviously, but yeah, these actually went for a lot. I sold them for $425, I think. Man, these are money. And also another cool pair. Like, couldn't believe I took a W, but yeah. Next up, we got the Nike Sacai Blazer. I took after those clots, I didn't take a W in a while, and this was my next W, I think, after that. The Sacai Blazers, I got a 13, which wasn't, obviously, these didn't go for as much as the originals, but they still went for something. I think I recently just dumped my pair for like $220 on GOAT just because it wasn't moving and wasn't going up in value. Next up, we got the Jordan 6 Travis Scott, and this is the grade school colorway. I took a L on the men's, but at least I got one of them. Probably should have sold it when it was going for like $450 range. Now it's like dipped all the way to $300, so I'm just gonna keep holding on, see what happens. But yeah, very cool pair, and hopefully it should go back up in value once everything's reset. Next up, we got the Bread 11s. I got these early on the shock drop, and I actually quick sold them because there's so many pairs of the Bread 11s, so I just quick sold them just because they weren't going to really go for much after the release, like after, like the week after, because they're making like 1 million or 2 million pairs of these. Quick sold these, made like $40. I'll take it. Next up, we got the Nike Sakai waffle in the black colorway. I actually took 2 W's on this. One in a size 13 on sneakers, and then the other one you'll see in a sec, but I won on End Clothing, which I'd never won before. Didn't even know people could win on this, just because it's tough to win on these because it's just a draw. But yeah, won 2 pairs. They're kind of not really going for that much, but because of the situation probably, so just going to hold them. These ones, the Nike SB Ray Gun tie-dye, oh, these are so cool. Only $99 retail. I mean, that's a steal. And I took a W on these in my size, and I decided to keep. These are my first Nike SB. Very cool shoe. I just love the alien guy and holding the ray guns. So super cool shoe, and glad I decided to keep. So next up, we're gonna transition into the Nike, only Nike.com one. This is the Cactus Flea Plant Market Air Force One Customs, and these, they dropped a limited, it's basically a limited Nike ID, and people just hit all the preset options. That's what I did, and you had to just hope. It was lagging so badly. Glad I got a pair, though. I just kept trying and trying and trying, and it worked out, and I ended up selling these on eBay for $500. Yeah, it was an insane come up. Next up, we got the Yeezy Boost 350 Triple White. Got this on the Yeezy Day restock last August. Barely made any profit off this, just because seems like on this one and the Sesame pair, which I also got, I got that on Adidas, which you'll see next. But it seems like those were the 2 sizes that were the most flooded, of course. But made a little bit of profit off each, maybe like $40. I mean, I'll take it. But wasn't what I expected. But that day just was so crazy. Next up, we got the Yeezy Citron Reflective, and I got a Adidas app gave me exclusive access. I don't know why, but I was so happy, and I just grabbed the smallest size they had available, size 8, and yep, sold it for $350. Just I waited a couple of weeks just for someone to come to my price, just because I knew someone would pay it. Reflective version, and yeah, so I was very lucky. So next up, we got the Yeezy 350 V2 Black. I got this off the original drop, which the original drop only had like 60,000 pairs. The restock had a lot more pairs, so this was going for a lot more before the restock. I think I sold it. I was waiting for someone for a while to come up to maybe above 500, but I ended up just settling and just taking an offer that was, or someone, I lowered my price and someone bought it at 500. Next up, we got the Yeezy 380 Alien. Got this on the original drop on Yeezy Supply. This was Yeezy Supply's first release that was like this format after they switched from Shopify. And yeah, so I guess that played a role, and I copped off the first. It was a tough release, but I can't believe it took a W. Got in in the first 5 minutes. They let people in. I was in. Probably could have gotten a better size, but I just went for my size to be safe. And then next up, we got the Yeezy 350 V2 Black Reflective. This was a crazy release, because Black Friday morning, I wake up, I see the Yeezy, it was at like 7 a.m., 6:55 a.m. They're like, the reflectives are also restocking along with the black version. So I was so hyped. And then I got in, and then I was waiting. And then they let me through very quick. Took a W. I probably could have gotten a better size, but it's whatever. I held on to these a little too long. They were going for like 900, and then I thought they might go a little up. That was a bad decision by me. Yeezys you can't trust, but I ended up selling them for $750, which is plenty fine for me. Got them for $240, so yeah, I was very happy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talking about all my W's, and yeah, just let me know what W's you've taken on Yeezys, Nike sneakers, whatever. And yeah, Check me out on Instagram, SneakerFinds12. Catch you guys in the next one.